Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel, China Uncle Mikey here. 6-7 years ago, when I first jumping off here in this platform, came from Copenhagen to Sweden, I wasn't expected that I would settle down in this country for that long. But you know what? After I did my business trip, I felt the awesome and fabulous environment of working, and I decided maybe I should come here to make another home and to start a new life here in Europe.
Birds flying high, sun in the sky, sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Birds flying high, breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. Birds flying high, sun in the sky, sun in the sky. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new life for me.
Well, so a lot of Chinese people came to Western democracy countries or the Western society. They are talking about earning more money or have a better life. But for me, I wasn't expected that I can came here to explore the Swedish warfare system, or I would have some government aid or anything like that. I came here for other reasons. The biggest reason was I felt the working environment was really nice, and the union here really support the workers' rights. So, and also internet freedom is another key that I decided to move to the free world. Anyway, compared to my Australian experience back to a couple of years ago, Sweden was a little bit colder. The weather here is a little bit weird because the winter is so long, and the temperature here was like crazy low. But you know what, it didn't stop me to decide to came to here, because the clean air and not polluted environment is what I was looking for the rest of my life. So now I moved here for almost 5 years or more, 6 years. So I'm pretty satisfied, and I'm pretty proud of the decision that I made a couple of years ago. Because although the pandemic is still striking the majority of the countries, but here I don't have to worry too much about the lockdown, and I wasn't even experienced the quarantine period, but I do like self-quarantine for 2 weeks. It's all up to the it's all up to the citizens or the people who restricted themselves and to self-managed to put on a mask, so and so. But you know what, the summer here, it's really awesome, and I can enjoy the beach life and lying close to my apartment, just 500 meters, not 500 meters, 100 meters away from my apartment. I have the access to a nice Baltic sea beach, and I'll show you later. This is the park that I always do a after dinner walk with my wife Vera. Vera isn't here, unfortunately. But you know what? during the summer, this park is quite chill. You know, if you are a China content follower, you know, the Shields always bragging the park in China. You know what? Here it's quite chill, not too much people in the park, and it's not like overcrowded. Everyone is making noise, but you know what? It's awesome, beautiful, and the environment is well protected. It's really eco-friendly. But you know, I talk about the Swedish working environment, so and so. Another thing very shocking to me was the tax paying here is pretty high. If you use a Chinese standard or use the ancient standard, I pay 33% of my total income to the country. I don't complain anything about that. I'm quite proud of myself that I can pay this tax and try to contribute to the country that I'm really loving to. And you know what? All of this tax paying will get a great, you know, payback after I retired. And the social welfare system, I think it is still working, even though a lot of people complaining about that. But you know what? I think everyone should work hard and do the best of yourself. Do not exploit the social welfare system, and try your best to contribute to the community. Then we will, you know, get together and to make a awesome country or a place that you are loving to stay with. Anyway, so that's the park talk. Let's moving on.
It's a new life for me. It's a new life for me.
This is the main business street, as different as Shanghai. You know, you got like high skyscrapers everywhere, like big shops and malls everywhere. Here's a little bit different, as you know, if you compare to Shanghai, and the lifestyle here is a little bit chill. And you know, because this is quite early in the morning, in the weekend, you don't see a lot of people on the street. But you know what? I don't really care if it's a mega city or it's a small town. The main difference is here in Sweden is not like China. If you get out of the mega city, if you go to the rural countryside area, then you see the big difference between the rural area and a mega city. But here it's almost like all the living areas, you got the same, you know, facilities to access, and you got the similar setups, and you get everything that you need for your life. Behind me, this is the Frederick Church. So here's the place that in every festival or other celebration, for instance, like the Middle Summer Day, people will set up tents, selling stuffs, and have awesome, you know, just a festival to celebrate. And also, you know, for the recent years, because of the pandemic, I think in this year and the last year, they canceled the celebration. And you know what? It's just as it is. I hope it can get back to, you know, usual, and the people can celebrating the awesome summer days here. Yeah, so just have a look at these churches. I think the European architectures or the churches are the most loving part that I really enjoyed to look at. I do have video clips about these two churches that I got into, because the Frederick Church behind me, it took like almost 4 years to renovate. Which is mainly providing restaurant and the food. So usually Vera and I, you know, during the weekend we came here, you know, to grab you know, some kind of food. And compared to Shanghai, here the price in this restaurant are quite affordable actually. You know, if in Shanghai you are looking for some fancy restaurants, the price can be really high compared to the Swedish standard. Here it's almost like staying the similar price. It doesn't matter which kind of cuisine that you are order for. So yeah, it's quite awesome. And let's moving on to the next sport.
Lifting on
After stay here for several years, it's pretty hard to tell which place is the hometown or which place is the home. I think Shanghai, in Shanghai I got families and relatives, and also I got everything that I'm familiar with. But here, this is the third home, or this is the third hometown. The language is a little bit difficult for me. My Swedish level is very elementary, and the reason is I didn't spend a lot of effort in learning Swedish. I do maybe learn the language 10 minutes a day or something. The main reason is I spend the majority of my efforts still in studying English and increasing the vocabulary and practicing and also increasing the fluency of my speaking, because I'm a vlogger. I have to put the language attractive. But you know what, I think finally I will overcome it, and my elementary Swedish will be improved in the future. Although it's a little bit embarrassing because I stayed here for almost 6 years. It's hardly for me to put out a full sentence in Swedish or something. Although I can now hear some words and I realized what they are saying, but it's a little bit casual study actually. I value the freedom and the human rights, and spiritually lifting yourself the most of the meaning of life. And here I do, or the environment, the society system provide this kind of stability that I don't feel fear if I said something on social media, on the internet publicly, that I will God please knocking the door or something. Here I'm totally free and make comments about this country. If I feel it's bad, that I will tell you. If I feel it's awesome, I will also tell you. This is who I am, right? This is who China Uncle Mikey is. And I think I keep this in consistency in my channel, that telling you the good part and the disturbing part of China as well. So yeah, I mean, at the end of life, money is an illusion, because you cannot consume once you passed away. But the meaning of the existence in this life on this planet, I think you have to think about that. If you want to earn just a huge chunk of money and put it in the bank, and you cannot enjoy your life, or you cannot experience the beautiful planet of this blue sphere. But I value the experience is the most important thing. That's why I'm moving from countries to another country, to experience the different way of life. And this is also that I'm telling people, like, what you have to find out in your lifetime, which is your own experience. And yeah, I'm pretty happy that I can share it. Nowadays internet give this kind of the possibility that we can do this kind of videos that maybe somebody else, people on my channel are quite interested in my opinions. But I guarantee everything that I'm telling you, and everything that I try to deliver through this kind of content, videos or voice or stream, whatever, is the most genuine and decent opinion of my own experience. It doesn't matter it's negative or positive. Negative and positive are all constructed together to make the reality. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm a little bit tired and huff and puff. I don't know why, because maybe I stay home for too long. Anyway, and just to wrap up here, and see you in next video.